Hey guys, Jeff with OptionBoxer.com. Got another Let's Make a Trade series video for you. Today looking at Mattel. Before we get into it, please know I'm not a registered financial advisor and this video is simply for entertainment. Just kind of show you some things that I'm looking at. Please make sure you're doing your own research prior to trading or investing. Again, I've got Mattel pulled up on the screen, and getting bullish in this market is probably a mistake, and I feel at least mildly confident that this trade won't work out. And I know you're probably thinking, well, why make a video on it? But you can see my bull call scan only returned one item or one company, and that is Mattel in this case. So I've kind of talked myself into the trade. When I started this video series, I thought I'd be able to find more trades, given the just the crushing market we've been in this year. You can see I've got the S&P 500 over here. And let me go ahead and auto zoom that. You can see from the start of the year, it's just been nothing but declines. So unless I was buying puts or getting bearish, largely there just wasn't a lot of opportunities there. And so getting bullish here is maybe a mistake. But let's zoom in just a little bit. You can see, let's zoom in here as well. So you can see right here from the low just a few days ago on the 29th. You can see we've got about a 10% upswing here. Compare that with the upswing on the S&P, and we've got about a 2% move higher there, maybe even a little less. So given the relative strength that I'm seeing here, it certainly makes sense. Of course, it meets the other criteria. You've got the RSI turning higher. You got the TTM squeeze indicator looking like it's moving higher. And then, of course, you've got the cross of the 9 EMA here. So all those things kind of work together to, give me the sense that maybe this trade will work out. You'll notice here that we've also got the earnings coming up. So getting into a bull call could make sense, if volatility continues to climb. Right now, it's only at 43. You can see the S&P 500's at 80. So if this volatility does continue to decline and some of this relative strength continues, I don't think it's egregious to think that we may see $20 in the next week or so. And really, that's all I'm wanting to hold this trade for, is about a week. So I've already got it pulled up. You can see just from kind of the fundamental perspective, you can see things look pretty good. Dividends, I guess they cut their dividend a while back. Let's take a look at a longer term chart. Yeah, so they cut their dividends back in 2017. So I guess that's a non-issue today. That's been many, many years ago. But I just wanted to take a look at it briefly. You can see a lot of the other fundamentals look pretty good. The only thing that doesn't look great is if you pull up my, a spreadsheet that I created some time ago. If you followed any of my videos, you've already seen this maybe a couple of times. The investment sentiment at this moment is to wait. You could go through here. I'm not going to go through all of this, but currently the price is at 1984. Well, the price prediction formula, the discounted cash flow formula, and the buy price all suggest that a lower price is, in the future. The only thing that's, suggesting that price will move higher would be Graham's formula. These are not foolproof, of course. And then, of course, my own kind of scoring. I go from 1 to, I think, 14, I believe. Let's see. 1 to 14 is kind of sitting right in the middle there. And so the sentiment or the recommendation at this moment is to wait. Kind of ignoring that, because like I said, I had to kind of convince myself that this was a decent trade. Simply looking at the technical situation and given some of this relative strength, we did have an uptick in volume. You can see average volume to 2 million. We got today's volume, or 2.8 million, and then we got 3.5 the other day on Friday, 10-7. I guess that was Friday. Yeah, Friday. I couldn't remember. So it looks like there is some relative strength coming in. We did get the cross over the EMA, so it could make sense to get into this. I'll tell you, looking at the market as it stands right at this moment, every time this trades up to about 15, 14, it sells off pretty quickly back into the 25 to 30 range. So it looks like, anytime that, there is a bullish pullback or pull up, I should say, it quickly sells back off. So maybe before this video is over, you'll get to see this sell off. It's done this about 2 or 3 times now where it gets back up to, being down by about 15 or 14 even, and then it'll end up kind of running really quickly back to the 25 to 30 area, or being down 25 to 30 points there on the E-minis. But looking at the risk profile, this is a really short-term play. I obviously don't want to get involved with earnings here that come up on the 25th. So this the contract month I'm looking at is October 21st. Again, hoping that volatility will continue to ramp up into that date. And if it does, you can see right here, if we get the move that we want, kind of the move that I'm expecting is somewhere near this expected move range here. You can see the light gray bars somewhere around 20 to 21. If we did get that move, let's get back to the Analyze tab. If we did get to the 21 level, we'd be looking at about a $25 profit. Let's go ahead and skip out till Friday. If it takes till Friday for us to get to 21, we'd still be looking at about $25, $26 in profit, which is a really good profit, for a pretty small amount of risk, looking at $38 as an entry price. At this moment, that's what I'm looking at. That's kind of my analysis on it. I don't know that we'll get filled. You can see this bid-ask spread's quite wide, or the mid-price to the natural price is quite wide, and I don't think $50 or 50 cents for the spread here is a good price. So I'm going to try to get it at 38 if I can. Then we'll see if we can get this bump up in price. Again, it's got to happen very quickly because we only have 12 days. So I'll end the video there. That's kind of my sentiment around Mattel at the moment. We've seen some relative strength. The market looks like it wants to continue lower. Given the nice up day there and the large down day on the SPY or the SP 500. It wouldn't be again egregious to think that if the S&P moves higher this week, that Mattel may move even higher than that. So not expecting much past about the 20-21 range there, if we even get that. But again, hoping volatility will continue to climb. If we do get the move in our favor and volatility increases, then it wouldn't be too difficult to collect about $20 or so on this trade relatively quickly. But I'll stop the video now, and then I'll come back in a few days once the trade is completed. Again, this is the trade that I'm making as we speak. I'm going to try to get it filled at that price. And then when you see this, the next time you hear from me, it'll be a few days later, and we'll look at how this trade worked out. But stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Hey guys, just want to update you on the Mattel trade I made yesterday. I was off work yesterday, so I was able to watch the market. I was able to get a little better fill price yesterday. I got it for around 32 cents or $32 instead of 38, which was presented in the opening half of this video. But regardless, it went down lower. I ended up being down around $15 or so before it eventually pulled back up and closed around $7 down. At that point, I was pretty confident. The market looked like it was going to go down. It didn't look like there was much bullishness in the overall market. And I just felt confident that if the market continued to go down, that Mattel would do the same. Even though I was seeing the relative strength, I just, a lot of times when the overall market's going down, a lot of these companies and these stocks just trade down with them. So we had volume kind of right around the average today, just a little bit beneath it. And we got a nice pull up, and we got a nice push higher throughout the day, and then of course traded down lower as well. I think when I logged in about 11 o'clock today, it was right at the high of the day. I just, by the grace of God, got lucky and looked at it at that moment. And let's go ahead and take a look at the monitor tab. You can see I ended up getting filled for 32 cents and ended up selling it for 44 cents. So if you do the math on that, I made a $12 profit without factoring for commissions. That's a 37.5% gain. If I was able to do that on every single trade, I would, of course, be very, very good at this options trading thing. So it worked out quite well in this instance. And just, again, by the grace of God, logged in right when it was, trading near the high of the day, around 48 cents, and I ended up getting filled as it traded down to 44 cents while I was canceling the profit target order. It was super strange. I had a profit target order sitting on the books for 42 cents, and we might be able to see that. You can see here's the profit target order I had on the books that I canceled for 42 cents. For one reason or another, that didn't trigger, so I canceled it really quickly, or as quickly as I could, and I submitted this one for 44 cents. or initially I submitted it for 48 cents and then was able to, had to adjust the order to down to 44 to get it to fill, because I really wasn't suspecting this bullishness would continue much higher. It may go on to get bullish, in the weeks ahead, days ahead. But you can see the market right now looks like it wants to kind of make a push higher. So it may end up running considerably higher, especially if the market turns around. There was some relative strength. You got a market that wants to, kind of, take a break from the bearish sentiment. And, that would be a nice recipe for Mattel to continue higher. But I was happy with the 37.5%. And just wanted to give you a quick update on how things went. But got lucky a little bit and, got in while the market was high, was able to close the position for a nice profit. And we'll look to catch the next trade when we can. But thank you guys for watching. If you've stuck with the video to this point, please do consider liking or subscribing or commenting. All of it helps me, and I appreciate you guys taking the time. If you have any questions or curious about the way I trade, if none of this video doesn't answer it, or if you still have questions or you want more, again, reach me in the comments. Feel free to reach me at jeff@optionboxer.com. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. But I appreciate it, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.